source project management has never been this easy. Using Glitch, an online service, free offering is amazing, but they also have a wonderful boosted offering if you want to take it to the next level. Okay, you can, using this maintainer project I have put together, you can manage your open source project. And beyond that, you can publish to NPM. Let's take a look at it, see what it's all about. So let's look at the README over here. In the README, we are seeing a description that says, this is a boilerplate for designing and maintaining libraries, frameworks, and plugins. Current features include bundling with Rollup and publishing to NPM. Well, how do we build the development and production builds? Glad that you asked. Let's take a look. Well, developing starts with editing the package JSON, editing the source code, editing the staging website, and then go ahead and run the development build, and then go ahead and inspect your staging site. Let's start off with the package JSON, which at the top over here you can see this is where you would change the name to the name of your package, the version. Now I suggest you start with 0.0.10. The description, I suggest you make it a little bit more illuminating than this one. Your home page, this could be your own website, repository, it could be GitHub, could be just Glitch. The license, the keywords. Everything else below this, pretty much just leave it as it is. Unless you need to change something, of course, which you shouldn't have to. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next step. Let's see what's up here next. So it's saying, okay, edit the source code in the source directory. So over here in this section, in the source directory, we have the entry point being the main.js. And this is just a really simple example, but it is showing how it is importing a version from the version module in this modules subdirectory. Now this version.js file is dynamically generated, so you don't have to do that yourself. It's completely taken care of. Don't worry about it, right? So we've gone through that. What's the next step? Okay, tell me. Go ahead and edit the library name in your staging website. So that's in public, staging, index.html, and as you can see, I've already done that. It says lib2020.js for the script that's being brought in there. So I've taken care of that. Let's go to the next, which is, as it says right here, go ahead and, since we've done that, we can go ahead and run the development build. Okay. Actually, I'm going to bump the version before I run the development build. So I'm going to go over to, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to go over to the package JSON. I'm going to bump the version to 0.0.13. Because if you look at, and I've already done this, if you look at the NPM website, you can actually see here's the package. Hey, it works. All right. Yay. All right. lib2020. There we go. And that's 0.0.11. Actually, I even published after that. If I refresh it, we're going to see, oh no, I guess I didn't. So I guess I could go back over here and just keep it at 1.2. So I'll just keep it at 1.2. Didn't realize I didn't publish a 1.2. So let me go ahead. Hey. Let me go ahead then and go to the next step, which is go ahead and run npm run dev in the terminal. If I go to the tools terminal, it opens up this little terminal access area down here. Now, my preference is to run the terminal as the full page terminal, which is just a little bit easier to see the output that's generated. That's my personal preference. You can pretty much, go with whatever you feel comfortable with. If you feel comfortable looking at this small area down here, then you do that. Okay, so I'm going to do the full page terminal over here. The full page terminal is going to also output some information here as it kind of runs the build. So let me go ahead and clear this first. Clearing it is not necessary. I like to do that, so I do it. Okay, NPM run dev, and we get a little bit of output right there. And then we can go ahead and see what it did. In the public staging directory, it basically updated the library right here. Now we can run the staging website. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's go to the README and click on Show Staging Page, and there it is, Staging Page, lib version 0.0.12. Excellent. All right, so we got that. So there's console, there's the staging page. I'm gonna go ahead and close that. Let's go ahead and go to the next thing. So the staging page worked. So now, since I have verified that it looks like our update worked, let's push it to production. So in the terminal, we're gonna run npm run prod, and then we're gonna make sure we edit the library name. I guess I can check that first. If we go over here in the public index.html this time, I've edited the library name right here, lib2020, so that's taken care of. Good job. And now I can go forward and run npm run prod. So I'll go over here. Again, personal preference, I like to run clear. npm run prod, and it outputs some stuff. And let's see what it did. So if we go back over here, we'll go ahead and check in the distribution folder, and it built a 0.0.12 build. These are previously built versions, right? And then we have a latest build, which gets populated with whatever the latest production build was. Now we got some information over here to share about this README. This is the README right here that you can edit that will show up on NPM, so that the consumers of your library, your package, your framework, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, your consumers can read a nice description right over here that you make with the README. So this README right here is the README that shows up over here. All right, great. This package JSON is also generated dynamically. You don't have to do that. That's so awesome. This was over here from the previous publishing. It was generated dynamically. You don't touch that. It's done for you. Wow. So now we got to do what? What's it say? Since we can check our production build. Click on Show Production. Production page looks great. So now we've ran our staging. We've ran our production. We know that it's good. You can actually, in the future, I can integrate testing with this. Right now, this is just the MVP for this process. Get involved. Join me on this if you really like it, all right? Reach out. I'll talk to you. All right, we'll talk. Excellent. So, what's the next thing you do? Okay, we published to NPM. What do you have to do? Oh my gosh, just literally type in the terminal, npm run publish. Let's do that. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to clear this. npm run what? Publish. And there we go. It's doing some stuff. Looks great. And then we wait a few moments, and what happens? Look, that's the confirmation, that last line right there. That's the confirmation that we got a new package published to NPM. Let's go check. Or a new version at least. Let's go over here. Look at the version 0.0.11. If I refresh that, now we're on 0.0.12 at NPM. So sweet! Excellent. So this is really amazing. At least I think it is. Maybe I'm just blowing this out of proportion. If I am, okay, I completely apologize. But I'm congratulating myself, and I congratulate all of you who've made it this far into the video. But the next thing you can do after you've published, you can now install and require your package just like you would do any other NPM package. You are a pro. You are a package maintainer. And now in your HTML, you could also just use unpackage to access your package. What are you talking about? Unpackaged. You can literally use this. So I'll illustrate. So if I go to the markdown over here and just put it in edit mode, you can see this is just pointing to unpackage.com / and then the name of my library. What does that do? You can just pop that into your web page, and if you have a client-side library, then that's a way you can just quickly bring it in to the client side. So this already has the name of mine. Now watch what happens when I click on that. Watch what happens. It already knows to get the current version. Look at this. Is that awesome? It even gets the current version right there, 0.0.12. It pulls it right in. Isn't that crazy? And if you were doing a back-end package or you were developing using the Node interface, you could just require it. You can NPM install it and require it just like you would normally do from Node. Amazing. So at least I think so, right? Why wouldn't I? You know, I put a little bit of time in putting this together. If you think it's worthwhile, if you think it deserves to grow, it deserves a little bit of love maybe. Once I get it up to GitHub, maybe throw me a star or something like that. I tell you what, I enjoy doing this type of thing. I enjoy learning about, new technologies all the time. I'm actually, give you a little bit of a peek-see into what I'm about. I'm actually a high school teacher as well as a programmer and UX person. I love coding. I love being creative. And this is all about empowering that in everyone. Okay? Thank you for following along. I hope you find some value in this. If so, reach out, connect. Take care.